afternoon. Sorry, it's been a slightly rough and ready approach to this room and this time, but we're going to now do the VMC written project briefing. I've spoken to Jake and he's brought me up to date with where you are with your research methodology projects. The research methodology project feeds into the whole of your course, not just the dissertation bit of it, in the sense that it should be a chance for you to practice some of your research skills and get your head around the different ways. Now, I was just saying that the research methodology project will feed into the whole of your course, not just the written aspect of it. What I want to talk to you about is the written project, the VMC written project, which you'll be doing between now and the 4th of October. Okay, so it's the 1st of March now. You get some sense of the shape of what this is going to be. What I'm going to do is run very briefly through the brief itself, which I've got up on the screen. I've emailed that to everybody. I've emailed it to you using your Bucks email address. Now, I hope everybody has activated their Bucks email address so that it redirects material to your private email account. If you haven't, see me afterwards and I'll send you an email that will enable you to do that, because there's a very straightforward online guide about doing it. The reason for doing that is that if you don't have that activated, anybody in the university who goes to your records can immediately email you just by attaching your student ID number at bucks.ac.uk, and they don't need to know that you're called. So briefly, the VMC written project, what is it? Why do we ask you to do it? On your course, you're working on your major study, the reason that you're on the course. That is exactly as it should be. But we do ask you to produce, in addition to the body of work that you're producing in the main part of your course, this written project. Why do we do that? Do we have some strange idea that if you write it somehow makes you more academic? I don't think we do. What we're doing on all of these courses is trying to get you ready to be effective. What the courses that you're on try to do is get you ready to be effective as practitioners. You're on different disciplines, you're doing different things, but that fundamental ambition is central to every master's program, and come to that undergraduate program that we have. Why do we ask you to do this written bit? Doesn't this just get in the way? No, it doesn't actually. What it does is gives you a chance to think deeply about your discipline, but where the outcome is not another gilded candelabra, or there's nothing wrong with gilded candelabras, they're lovely, or an innovative piece of furniture, or a proposal for a new way of making use of digital media in advertising, or whatever it might be. You are doing your researches. Out of those researches will come your main body of work, your portfolio, and your written project. We're not asking you to do something in addition to what you would be doing anyway. What we're asking you to do is to turn that research material to account so that you not only have your portfolio of work, but you have the written project as well. The reason for doing that is that we want you to leave here being able to analyze evidence and not just devise things in your own area, but actually give a reasoned account. Persuade somebody that what it is that you believe about some body of evidence is true. We hear from ex-students fairly routinely that having to do this actually proves to be a very, very good discipline. It also helps sharpen up your thinking about what it is that you're doing in your main area of study. As people have come in at a number of different times, if you have any questions at any point, irrespective of when you arrive, please ask the question now, because the chances are that other people may be thinking those questions and would welcome you just... Yes, it does. Now, this is the schedule that you will be following. I want you to notice that in response to some comments from students and external examiners at the end of last year, we've introduced an element that formalises something that was happening anyway. Everybody naturally would speak to their studio tutors about their written project. Why wouldn't you? But what we've done is actually scheduled 3 20-minute tutorials with your subject specialist tutor, the people you're normally mixing with, to talk about the written project, because they have specialist subject information that a VMC tutor who covers a number of disciplines will probably not have in such depth and will probably not have in such an up-to-date form. So that makes sense. We're starting today, that's the briefing. In the coming 2 weeks, you'll have 2 tutorials, one with your VMC, not the coming 2 weeks, starting on the 15th of March. You'll have 2 tutorials, one with your VMC tutor, one with your subject specialist tutor. And then we have the Easter break, and then we have one more tutorial, and then you submit the VMC written project proposal form. I have also emailed that form to you using your Bucks email accounts, which is why it's important for you to make sure that those are live. Have you nothing to sit on? I'm worrying about you.
Right.
You're all right?
Yeah,
okay, Lee. What I'm going to do for a moment is just go down this so we can see the shape of the whole thing. Then we can get that all on one screen. I hope so. Okay, so that's the briefing. And the final, maybe if I just make this slightly smaller. So make it.
Sorry.
Okay. So we're starting today. Whoa, come on. There. That's the whole thing. All right. Yes, please.
Right. Is this available to us on email, or is this?
Yes. What I'm showing you is what I've sent you by email this morning.
Okay.
That's why it's important that those Bucks email accounts are activated, because that's going to be my primary way of communicating with you. We will also be making use of Blackboard, although I was slightly horrified to discover that some of our automatic administrative systems haven't put everybody on Blackboard, so I'm going to attend to that. But we're starting now. You have these 20-minute tutorials. Absolutely essential that you don't miss any of them. I can't emphasize that too much. If you hide, nobody can help you. If it's going badly, if you've gone to a tutorial and you said, yeah, Ray, come on the next tutorial, I'll have written the whole of chapter 1, and come the next tutorial, you've done nothing. That's when you need to go to the tutorial. You absolutely must go. We can help then. We can't help if you just keep your distance. It ain't going to work. So this is what's coming to you. The key things are the written project proposal. I'll just go through that in some detail in a moment, because that's what you're going to be working on immediately. The proposal is what it sounds like. It's you making a proposal about what your written project might be. And the reason we ask you to do it is for you to satisfy yourself and to satisfy us that what you're planning to do is practical, that it'll work, that it's logical, and that it's absolutely the best thing for you as an individual to do now. This last bit is absolutely important. We can help you with, in principle, whether it's going to work or not. What we can't help you with is we won't know you individually in terms of your developing work. Only you know that. In that sense, you have to take responsibility for what it is that you could make out of the things you're already finding out about to turn into this written project. So that's the first safety net, is the written project proposal form. You submit it, we give you feedback on it. It is either passed but you have to do something, or we may send it back to you. We won't let you go past that until you've proposed something that's going to work. In the vast majority of cases, it would be approved because we'd have spoken about it before and been working on it. So that should be okay. The second safety net that we have, you'll see further down here, submit full first draft if you're doing a dissertation. There are 3 options. You can do a dissertation. You can do 2 types of analyses as alternatives to the dissertation. The dissertation is 6,000 to 8,000 words, and it's a